seems impossible for everybody that walks through these doors here at LB Fitness, that has relationships with me, not them kind of relations, who has a relationship, coach-client relationship with me. They all have the same fears when they walk through the door. And we work through this pyramid by realizing first where we're at and realizing that self-sabotage isn't actually real. That it's two sides of your brain working together. We want to tap into that human side so that you get that ultimate goal by being capable of executing these techniques. Are we following, guys? If you're not, don't be afraid to watch this video again and again. So that's fear, guys. So where you're at now, you have to find this out. You have to find out your why. And then you have to start trying to change habits so that this can become more feasible. But how do you do that? We're going to point out a few things. Next one, self-talk, the most important one. How do you talk to yourself? We were working on clients here last night with a client who said, I can't do it. They did split squats for the first time. Sorry, not for the first time. They'd been doing split squats for the last year, trying to get stronger as a performance athlete, and they've been doing them all wrong all the time, and they beat themselves up so much about it. They couldn't do it. It's important, guys, that we realize that self-talk, the way you talk to yourself, is what comes true. So we want to point out really quickly, tell yourself it will happen, and it will. The best example we can give of this, guys, is standing right in front of us in the sport and media right now is Conor McGregor. He says it's going to happen, and it happens. It's positive self-talk. You have 50 to 70,000 thoughts a day. What if most of these are negative? So start changing your self-talk. Start changing your habits by also possibly using one of my favorite apps is the Gratitude Journal, guys. Download this app and use it. Start writing down 3 things that you're very grateful for. Start off positive and throw Facebook in the bin for the first hour in the morning, because usually at the top of that news feed is a lot of negativity from the news as they're the first ones in there. Get rid of Facebook and don't go near Twitter. That's where the news happens, and usually that starts off with negativity, people being negative about going to work. And it's okay to be negative, guys, but it's important to recognize that that's our chimp side of our brain being negative. The human side of our brain would be saying, I'm glad to be alive, I'm glad to be alive. So it's important to get the Gratitude Journal, guys, and start writing down things that you're very grateful for and start being positive. Turn those negative thoughts, those 50 to 70,000 thoughts, into pure positivity. It's okay if you have negative thoughts, but that girl, for example, doing those split squats, we said straight away to her, stop saying I can't. We forced her to stop the set and then change her self-talk. Well, now, we didn't be forceful, not in that sense, but we pointed it out to her and she learned and she came back and then she responded this morning with a positive thank you. Thank you to you and the girls in a group message. I now know that I've been doing them wrong, but I now know and understand that that weakness that I have found is now a positive thing going forward. So self-talk, guys, turn it into as much positivity by using the Gratitude Journal, and also tell yourself it will happen every day. It will happen, it will happen, it will happen. I told myself that I would never be in an office job from the age of 15 years of age when I did work placement and transition year here in Ireland. I am now running my own business because I told myself all the time, every day I walked into school, I'm not going to sit at a desk. I'm not going to sit at a desk. I'm going to do a job that I love. I'm going to do a job that I love. And I'm doing it right now. That is the power of self-talk, guys. I talked myself into it. This applies to your weight loss. This applies to this. Positive self-talk will get you to this goal without even trying. If you're positive, you will get to these goals. It's straightforward, guys. Work through this pyramid. Ignore that again for now. Let's come back here, guys, okay? Let's look at this a little bit more in detail and let's start flying through it because you deserve it today. You deserve to get those goals that you want. So we've gone through fear. We pointed out. We've gone through self-talk. We're now going to talk about willpower. You only have so much willpower a day, especially if you have kids, guys. Especially as a mother, you may have 3 or 4 kids under the age of 7. Here in Ireland, you may have a lot of those kids and you may have, well, excuse me for saying here in Ireland, don't know why I said that, but you may have a lot of kids and you have a lot of huge responsibility and you only have so much willpower when they're pulling at your leg while you're trying to cook the dinner, when you're trying to do your 7-year-old's homework, when you're trying to talk to your husband about his hard day at work. You only have so much willpower. Role reverse, the same could be for the husband cooking the dinner. The husband could be a stay-at-home husband. Let's not dive into that too much. But what I'm trying to do is paint the picture here, guys. You only have so much willpower a day. So it's important, guys, as well, to be positive self-talk. This goes back into the self-talk. Be as positive as you can. But also surround yourself. We're going to skip ahead to point 5. I should say 5. We're going to skip to point 5. Surround yourself with positive people. Get into a boot camp or a group which is surrounded by positivity. Like the one you've joined here at LB Fitness, which positivity is the only acceptable behavior that we accept. If you're not positive, don't worry. We're going to help you change today. So guys, the friends, the people you surround yourself with, if you want to lose a certain amount of weight, if you're surrounded with a load of, let's take, for example, guys, let's paint the picture this way. If you're surrounded with lads who are stronger than you and you go training 3 or 4 times a week and you want to put on size and muscle mass, or you simply just want to get stronger, which is what I mainly do, is I want to get stronger. So you surround yourself with guys who are twice as strong as you. What happens over a period of time? Their habits affect yours. We're going on to habits here, guys. We're coming back into this. Everything is interlinked. By surrounding yourself with a like-minded group, guys, which you were involved here in LB Fitness, you are going to get there very quickly. You are going to be influenced by their behavior. If someone's behavior, if your friends are sitting down eating cake, telling you at this moment in time that you cannot, that you just have to accept your body for the way they are, that's their negative self-talk coming in and coming out onto you. And they're not bad people, guys. They're not bad people. They're all beautiful people. But we have to understand that we have to start controlling the self-talk and surround ourselves with most of our time with the people that we want to be like. That comes into rituals. What are your rituals? What do you do when you wake up in the morning? When do you prepare your meals? So if you're not preparing meals, guys, as well, coming into willpower, you need habits. You need rituals on a Sunday to spend 2 hours preparing 2-pot dish that you can use for when you do not have time to cook. And use this, guys, for yourself. Prepare your own personal meals so that when you're cooking for your family, for example, girls, if you have a family and you're cooking for them, have your own meals ready so that you can prepare your food while you're not starving hungry. Because we all know what that feels like. Don't go shopping when you're starving hungry. So really look after your nutrition. So right now, guys, we have looked after mainly this thing of self-sabotage. We've looked at, number one thing is, for me, is self-talk, the way you talk to yourself, and the fear, and recognizing all these things. And then once you recognize where you are at, how it affects your life right now, and where you want to be, and how that will affect your life, once you clarify that with yourself, or with a free strategy session here at LB Fitness, then what happens is you go into this pyramid knowing how to be positive and how to work through all these different levels and how to talk to yourself. We give you material we give you material that we research ourselves and that I personally use. All this material that I've given to you right now, I personally practice myself on a daily basis. I now work towards rituals. It's taken me a long time to get my rituals perfect and for getting me to this stage with my business, which for you guys can be compared to your ideal figure, your ideal body, and how you feel about your body and how strong you feel. So guys, hopefully this video has helped you. Keep on getting strong, number one, against strength, power, and speed, guys. That's our phrase here at LB Fitness that we always use. So get strong, guys. Make that your number one priority. By getting strong, guys, you get rid of the fear, you start getting positive self-talk, and you go into this pyramid being able to fly through whatever goal you want because you deserve it. And let us show you here at LB Fitness.